My mother is insane. Very long story. Hey everyone, I spend so much time finding these stories for you. If you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world and help this channel going strong. Let's grow together. Now, let's start the video. So for a bit of context, I am the oldest of 5 kids. Me, F22, V, M19, B, M17, A, F12, and K, F12. And yes, all to the same man before anyone asks. My mom and dad split up in early 2022, and it was messy. Both were at fault, and both made it worse by egging each other on for a reaction to make themselves the victim. Lately, my dad has been seeking therapy and is trying to make things better. My mother, in the meantime, has lost it, for example. She was on again, off again, dating random men from her past, not necessarily a bad thing, but cheating on them with others, refusing to let any of her kids meet a boyfriend, but threatening to boycott my engagement party if I didn't let her bring this weird mystery man. I've been previously engaged, but it didn't work out for reasons that will become clear. Trying to sleep with all my male friends and flirting with my now ex-fiancé at my engagement party, this was constant throughout our entire relationship. Took me on a city break for my birthday and spent the whole time messaging whatever guy she was seeing at the time, and when I asked her to maybe put the phone down for a bit, called me selfish because she's healing at a grown woman who can't be stopped from talking to who she wants to talk to. Took me on a makeup trip scene as she didn't actually speak to me the first time, only to repeat the same thing with a different man. To take me on another makeup trip to see a Bowling for Soup concert, only to do the same thing again with her now fiancé. To the point of getting angry when he phoned her mid-concert and she couldn't hear him, and when she went to leave, I asked her not to leave me in a mosh pit full of strangers and wouldn't speak to me the rest of the trip. Got into a fight with my ex-fiancé's dad during wedding planning, which ended in us all getting kicked out of the bar covering for V and babying him after he threatened my life and said that I must have done something to deserve that threat, dismissed my essay for years, lied to the police about it. Befriended my attacker and told me I should see it as a compliment, said that I didn't have an ED, she was there when I got my diagnosis, and I was doing it for attention, tried to pressure me into getting breast implants because she thought I looked too masculine and it might make women attracted to me. I'm bi for a bit extra context, which she hates too. Sabotaged my relationship with an ex-girlfriend by being so homophobic that my girlfriend left me because she felt so unsafe around my family, despite me doing my best to protect and shield her from it all. Tried to get my boyfriend to tell me he doesn't like the way I look and that I needed to lose weight and tan. I have redhead genes, so I can't tan, I just burn, and I'm only just a healthy weight, as is due to some medical issues in putting on weight and ED. Hid the fact that she knew my ex-fiancé was taking a lot of drugs and stealing my money to pay his debts and cheating on me. Constantly tried to flirt with my now boyfriend, invited me to a local concert, asked me to pay for it, which I did because I really wanted to go. Invited some of her friends that I don't really get along with, but got mad when I invited my boyfriend. I ended up paying for everyone's tickets. At the same concert, told me she was coming to mine for pre-drinks. Changed her mind to go to her friends last minute. Frustrating, but fine. Me and my boyfriend told her that we'd meet then at a bar nearby, to which only one of them showed up. We will call him Friend A. When I was repeatedly calling to ask where they were because we were going to miss the train, I was told that they decided that we should all get the later train and had just forgot to let us know. When we did eventually meet them at the station, they all ignored me, my boyfriend and Friend A. We tried to tell them that me and my boyfriend needed to grab some food for dinner. They said they didn't need to because they ate at the friend's house. Never bothered to tell us, seeing as we were all supposed to be going out to dinner. Me, my boyfriend, and Friend A tried to tell them that we still needed dinner but ignored us. We ended up going to a McDonald's, and it took them 45 minutes to realize we were missing. Same concert. We met them at a bar, and we had to sit outside. But the seats were cold, so my boyfriend let me sit on his lap so it wasn't so cold for me. And she got jealous and didn't speak to us. When we got to the concert venue, we said we'd have to stay near the back as it was closer to the bar. Plus, the front was really loud, so could trigger Friend A's epilepsy. It also had a smoke machine which would set off my boyfriend's asthma, and it wasn't as bad in the back, and the mosh pit and constant pushing could further damage my arthritic knee. We were ignored, and they went to the front anyways, which is fine because they'd barely spoke to us the rest of the day, so didn't make much difference. Same concert. Needed to be dragged out so we wouldn't miss the last train home. We got blamed for one of the other friends being spiked during the concert, even though we were a room's distance away the entire time. She wasn't spiked. I literally caught her taking drugs in the bathroom of the venue, but they didn't believe me, and she has been known to do this in the past. Go out drinking and get so drunk and high that she can't stand without help, then say she was spiked to deflect blame. Mom also took a tantrum because my boyfriend bought me a band t-shirt and didn't buy her one. And when we got off the train, didn't realize we weren't with them until the next morning. Fell out with me because my boyfriend took me to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day to visit his brother and his family, because she's wanted to go to Ireland for years. Stopped talking to me because I didn't buy her an expensive band t-shirt when I went to see Green Day with my boyfriend. Has basically nothing to do with me or my boyfriend the whole time we've been together, because he doesn't flirt with her like my ex did, only messages or phones me when she needs something, or to get dirt on my dad, or to badmouth him. Tried for months to get my boyfriend to leave me, phoned me to drag me into an argument with my dad while she knew. I was at a funeral, keeps telling me I should leave my amazing boyfriend and get back with my ex-fiancé, is still very close to my ex. And after I spoke to her about it making me and my boyfriend really uncomfortable, I was told, well, you still speak to mine so I can speak to yours. Well, yes, I speak to your ex because he's my dad. Told me she'd keep my sisters away from me as long as she possibly could if I took a job opportunity in Italy. Uses my sisters and manipulation against my dad. If he doesn't do everything she wants, tries to control everything happening in my dad's house. Rules for me? I don't have any here because I'm an adult as long as I pay my part of bills on time. Dad doesn't really care. Getting dad to talk to my sisters about cutting off friends my mom doesn't like, so she isn't the bad one. What we can eat, who we can have over. Nobody dangerous, she just doesn't like my dad's friends because they didn't side with her through the breakup. Times we should be in bed. Who my dad can and can't date, nobody apparently, etc. Tried to get my to flunk university because VS the one we thought would do something with his life, and it's not fair that we've told him that his whole life yet. You overshadow him by going to university and make him feel bad. For context, V is the golden boy, but incredibly violent, criminal, drug addict with active warrants out for him for things like assault and criminal damage. Got me to take out a TV and washing machine out in my name on credit and refused to pay for it. So has tanked my credit score and won't take accountability. When I called her out on this, is currently engaged to S, M3542, who has a criminal record of GBH, several assault charges, assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, and GBH with intent to kill. Lets and encourages S to torment my sisters, screaming at them, threatening them, shoving them, telling them that me and my dad are dangerous people, and we shouldn't be allowed round them, and that we'd hurt them, and that they are too much like me, his favorite insult, because I put myself in a situation and allowed myself to be SA'd and forced myself into a negative mindset about it and force myself to have depression, and they'll turn out just like me. Let S beat up B. Wouldn't let any of the kids tell me what happened. Made them hide it. Threatened them if they told me anything. And protected S at all costs during this. Lies to everyone at work about the things that me and my dad aren't doing. And how horrible we are for that. But when they have approached my boyfriend about this, they work in the same place. He tells people the full story, which has turned people against my mom, so I get screamed at for that. I'm pretty sure I saw messages confirming she is cheating on SFL out with me because I won't give her any information about my dad. She needs to know everything he is doing and saying at all times, or she goes mental, but God forbid he finds out anything about her life. Moved her and my sisters to a new town without telling anyone. Not exactly bad, but definitely a red flag considering everything else and taking them away from their support system. I told her a friend of mine had died and I was really struggling, and the only response I got back was, "So? That's not my problem." Came to my house after my dad moved out to see my niece and nephews who were visiting and ignored everyone except my niece, just to point out here that my nephews aren't my brother's biological kids. They are his stepkids, and she makes sure they know they aren't as important as the new baby now. When I confided in her that me and my boyfriend were struggling with infertility, and it was taking a massive toll on my mental and physical health, told me it doesn't matter if you can't have a baby, V gave me a grandchild now. And even if you do, it isn't going to be as special as V's baby, because she's the first daughter, granddaughter, sister, and niece, and with his boys he's got that covered as well, so I don't know why you're bothering with babies. V has it all covered, and plus, I don't think you'd make a very good parent. Side note 1. That is everything not to say to someone struggling with infertility. 2. You being a grandparent was so far down my list of reasons to have kids. 3. After that little pep talk, if I do manage to have a child, you are never seeing it. 4. I actually think I would make a good parent. I'm great with kids. V's kids prefer me to her. I have multiple qualifications in childcare, child rearing, child development and education. I don't take drugs, I barely drink, and I have a lot more empathy than she does. So yeah, this is my mother over just the past year or two. She's been like this my whole life, but it's taken a nosedive since her and my dad split up, and some of these happened just in the last few days, weeks, so I'm sure there'll be plenty more where that came from. Thank you for watching this far. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more amazing content. If you want to watch another story, check out the video at your screen right now.